Calaroga Shark Media.
Pope Leo received a surprise delivery this week at the Vatican, a box of Chicago deep dish pizza from his favorite hometown restaurant. But the incredible story of how that pizza traveled from Illinois to Italy involves broken down vans, airport security negotiations, and a dramatic rescue from a Roman trash can. The pontiff was handed the Aurelio's pizza box as he arrived in St. Peter's Square in the Pope Mobile for his weekly audience. Video showed the Pope Mobile stopping in front of signs reading, "We have Aurelio's pizza," and "Pope Leo, I brought you pizza from Chicago." One of Pope Leo's bodyguards grabbed the pizza box and handed it to the smiling pontiff, who gave a thumbs up to Madeline Daly, the Cincinnati resident who had made the transcontinental delivery. The ambitious pizza mission began in Ohio with Jaden Ramias, a 24-year-old Catholic content creator from Columbus, who wanted to attempt something seemingly impossible. "It was an act of love," Ramias explained. "I started brainstorming ideas. What's something impossible that would require God to intervene and help me get there? Delivering a pizza to the Pope. Not just any pizza would suffice. It had to come from the flagship Aurelio's location in Homewood, Illinois, home of the Pepperoni Pizza. This particular restaurant gained fame after a 2024 viral photo showed then Cardinal Robert F. Prevost posing with friends there, establishing it as Pope Leo's favorite pizza spot. Ramias recruited a childhood friend for the drive from Columbus to Chicago, but their van's battery died en route. They eventually reached Aurelio's, where Ramias announced his papal pizza delivery plan. When personal circumstances prevented Ramias from flying to Rome himself, he enlisted Daly, the interim social media coordinator for the Archdiocese of Cincinnati, who was already traveling to the Jubilee of digital missionaries and Catholic influencers. Daly's mission became keeping the pizza frozen as much as we possibly could. She gathered dry ice, packed the pizza in a cooler, and coordinated with the Transportation Security Administration to ensure it would clear security screening and customs. Everything proceeded smoothly until disaster struck in Rome. The pizza ended up in a trash can. The pizza was thrown out by a maid at one of the apartments, and in a trash can far away from our apartment, double wrapped in plastic, so still completely safe, but thrown out, Daly recalled. Her mother contacted the landlord pleading, "Please tell me where the trash is. I will go find it myself. You don't understand how important this pizza is." The landlord returned hours later, with the pizza in his hands after having dug through the trash himself. On delivery day, Daly wrote a note inside the box telling Pope Leo, "This pizza is most likely perfectly fine to eat, but I probably wouldn't eat it myself." She positioned herself early for the Pope's audience. When he turned the corner around St. Peter's Square, he saw the sign that we had with the pizza brand logo on it, and his face lit up, Daly said. Joe Aurelio, the restaurant's owner, called the moment, "Great to see. The Pope is one of us," Aurelio said. He remembers where he came from, and we've already received so many blessings from his previous love and visits at Aurelio's. So this is just another blessing to have him acknowledge our pizza at St. Peter's Square. Ramias said their successful quest proves that nothing is impossible if you trust in God. I'm just in awe of what God was able to do and how he made a way for it. Pope Leo has emerged as the world's most popular public figure, delivering a commanding performance in global approval ratings, while other prominent leaders face significant public disapproval. A new Gallup survey positions Pope Leo at the pinnacle among 14 international personalities, achieving a remarkable 57% favorability rating against just 11% unfavorable responses. This translates to an impressive plus 46-point net positive score that towers above his contemporaries. The polling data reveals a stark divide in public sentiment, with Elon Musk and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu registering among the least favorable figures in the survey. Pope Leo's exceptional standing proves particularly striking given the secular trends dominating modern society, where religious figures often struggle to maintain broad appeal. His success appears rooted in his authentic commitment to environmental causes and social justice advocacy, principles he championed throughout his extensive missionary work in Peru.
What if everything you've been taught about happiness is wrong? We chase careers, approval, more stuff, hoping it'll finally make us feel fulfilled, but it never sticks. What if happiness isn't out there, but already inside you, just waiting to be unlocked? Discover the book, The Happiness Experiment. Every person has a unique happiness type, and when you understand yours, everything shifts. You'll stop chasing and start creating joy on your own terms. Discover your happiness type with a free happiness type assessment. Go to myhappinnesstype.com. That's myhappinnesstype.com. It takes just a minute and it might change your life. Then grab your copy of The Happiness Experiment at Books A Million. This isn't just a book, it's a practical framework, a journey inward. It's a tool to help you reconnect with the happiness that's been waiting inside you all along. Pick up The Happiness Experiment and start your happiness experiment today.
Rome recently hosted what could be described as a Catholic festival of epic proportions, with the new American pontiff as its central figure. Countless young people flooded the ancient city during a week-long celebration, combining faith, music, and religious ceremonies. Groups of teenagers and young adults from around the world filled Rome's historic streets with songs and colorful flags, while setting up temporary camps in massive warehouses throughout the city. Arriving by helicopter on Saturday evening, Pope Leo welcomed the enthusiastic crowd of pilgrims with gestures of blessing and acknowledgement. In a particularly memorable moment, he caught a tennis ball hurled from the audience, displaying athletic skills possibly honed through his personal interest in the sport. Following an evening prayer service at the expansive Tor Vergata location, attendees spent the night outdoors before gathering early Sunday morning for Pope Leo's mass celebration. This massive youth gathering represents Pope Leo's first major challenge in his brief tenure of under 100 days, testing his ability to resonate with the Church's younger members. Vatican officials reported that over 1 million young people attended Sunday's Mass alone, marking the largest gathering of his pontificate. Pope Leo employs a distinctly different approach than Francis. The Chicago native typically adheres closely to written speeches and collaborates more extensively with Vatican officials, contrasting with his predecessor's more independent and unpredictable methods. Pope Leo delivered a stirring message to the Knights of Columbus during their 143rd Supreme Convention in Washington, D.C., commending the Catholic fraternal organization's charitable work and global outreach efforts. In his pre-recorded address, Pope Leo praised the Knights for bringing together men for prayer, formation, and fraternity, while highlighting their generous service to vulnerable populations, including the unborn, pregnant mothers, children, those who are less fortunate, and those affected by the scourge of war. The pontiff tied his remarks to the convention's Heralds of Hope theme, reflecting the 2025 Jubilee Year of Hope. He urged Catholics to become tangible signs of hope during these times, drawing inspiration from the organization's founder, Blessed Michael McGivney, who saw the many needs of immigrant Catholics and sought to bring relief to the poor and suffering. Pope Leo's message received a standing ovation from attendees.
What if the biggest threat to the royal family is the royal family? I'm Mark Francis, host of Palace Intrigue, the daily podcast that goes behind the palace gates and straight into the headlines. Right now, we're digging into Entitled, the bombshell new book that claims Prince Andrew's ties to Jeffrey Epstein run deeper than ever imagined, with espionage, secret deals, and even possibly a Trump massage list. New episodes every day. Follow Palace Intrigue wherever you get your podcasts.
From the creators of Palace Intrigue, a new chapter in royal history begins. William and Kate's wedding captures the world's attention, but royal life isn't as perfect as it seems. Tensions rise as Harry meets Meghan, sparking a divide that will shake the monarchy to its core. From explosive interviews to family scandals, the royal family faces its most public challenges ever. As King Charles takes the throne, the future of the monarchy hangs in the balance. Family secrets, royal rifts, and the future of the crown. Crown and Controversy, wherever you get your podcasts.
There's always something brewing behind palace walls, whether it's Prince Harry and Meghan Markle making headlines from afar, or Prince William and Princess Catherine quietly preparing for the future throne. I'm Mark Francis, and on Palace Intrigue, we cover every twist, turn, whisper, and wink. From royal drama to daily gossip, follow Palace Intrigue wherever you get your podcasts.